Zoe's my daughter. She has been interested in horse riding. I've heard different sources that, horseback riding is very good for children that are autistic. It helps with their sensory perception, their STEM, everything like that. She had been riding prior to coming to horseback riding for the Handicapped, and we had been on a waiting list for forever to try and come here, and then we had finally, this space opened up for us, and we started coming here, and it's a wonderful organization with wonderful people.
I got started because I have a special needs granddaughter. Her name is Handicapped, and I guess I am overwhelmed with the help that she has received just through the number of years that she's been riding.
I believe this is Gabriel's third year riding. His mother had found out about it, called and inquired, found out there was a waiting list, got him on the waiting list, and then we got a call 2 or 3 years ago to say that they'd made it down the waiting list to him, and so we came out and got him started.
The technical definition is it's a hippotherapeutic program involving horseback riding in children.
Well, one of the things about the Riding for the Handicapped is that they take extreme measures to be safe with the children in every facet of the operation. And as part of that, although the children ride the horses with someone who's leading the horse, and they're wearing a safety helmet, on either side of the horse is a sidewalker, which ensures that the child doesn't fall off or go too far to one side, or if something would happen with the horse, there's someone there to provide some assistance to make sure nothing harmful occurs to the child. So that's basically what a sidewalker does.
You make sure you're always with your child, and you put your right hand or your left hand on the saddle, and then you keep this part of the arm on the leg of the child, and you listen to the instructor, minimum talking, and you make sure the child is comfortable and safe on the horse.
I sidewalk from time to time when they need me. It's not as easy as it looks. I mean, it's actually very tiring. So, I mean, these volunteers that are out here, donating their time every class, I give them credit because it's not an easy job.
I think, like a lot of people, I wasn't really aware that there was a program like this, and so that just sounded like a great way to do some volunteer work and even to make a kid's day brighter, maybe in some way. So I came down and signed up, and I've been here ever since. I don't have any real objectives. I'm actually here, they say often that 99% of success is just being there. So to me, just coming here and being available, if they need me, I'm available to do whatever they need me to do. Usually I'm a sidewalker for the most part. But basically, if they asked me to take out the garbage, I'd take out the garbage. I'm just here because I have time. I'm retired now. And like I said, this just seemed like such a great opportunity to give some time to what obviously was a great cause. That's why I'm here.
I work with our company's Matching Gift, and this woman from New York City kept giving to Riding for the Handicapped of Western PA, and I'm like, my goodness, I think my friend Ray works here, and he does and did, so just made an appointment. Come down. It was that volunteer weekend, and I was hooked ever since. And I love to participate in their raffles and all their drives. I like to raise money for them. Wanda, who owns the barn, and Toots, the director, and Sean and all the instructors are great. They understand every single horse, and they understand all the children's needs.
I own the barn where they keep their horses. They came to us was almost 6 years ago when they lost their place over in Indiana Township. And my sister is the director of Riding for the Handicapped, and that's how they came to be over here, because she needed a place and we had the room for her.
I believe this is my 21st year. I got started because a friend of mine, a co-worker, asked me to come and help him groom horses. I explained to him I knew nothing about horses. He said he would teach me. He did. I groomed for a half a year. The second year I was here, Toots Abbott, the director of the program, asked if I would stay in sidewalk for a class or two. I did, and that was that. Since then, I've been working with the children and the horses. I think I was about 7 or 8 years into it when she asked if I would become a member of the board. And I've been pretty much working with the children 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays when we have the program. And she saw that I was dedicated enough and sincere enough that she thought I would be a decent addition to the board.
What I do here is I'm one of the instructors, so I teach on Monday evenings and Thursday evenings. I'm also the vice president on the board of directors. I've been involved with the program now for probably about 25 years, roughly, give or take a few. And I actually got started because my cousin would go over and take lessons over at the old barn where we used to be. And my aunt always had, the kids all together with her, so we would basically just sit around the barn while she was taking her lesson, and that was the same time Riding for the Handicap was coming in and building the new facility there, so kind of got involved at a young age and then just stuck with it.
I think the favorite part of my being here is just that it's relaxing. The atmosphere here from the management, I think one of the things I would say is that the children can have a good day and bad days, and you see that in some of the children, and the horses can have good days and bad days, but the staff never has a bad day. And I think being part of that staff that basically never has a bad day and is always here to make the day a positive endeavor for the kids is what really is the most positive and rewarding of being here.
My personal fulfillment is seeing the kids enjoying themselves and having a good time and progressing from year to year. We had one little boy that when they first came here, he couldn't sit up, and now he's sitting up pretty much on his own without the help. I mean, you see them progress, and the bond between the child and the horse is just amazing.
I would say probably working with the kids and developing the relationships that you do with the riders, with the volunteers. Some of the friends that I've made throughout this program are like family now.
After a while, you form a bond. I mean, I know parents, I know mothers, fathers, siblings, grandmothers, and I get to see the results, which is a beautiful thing. You see a kid that maybe can't involve himself in soccer or football or basketball or any of the other major activities that children their ages can get involved in, but he can ride a horse. That gives him something. Plus you see the benefits. I've seen children that came in that could barely sit in the saddle 1 year, and as they progress and as they go through the program, they may be holding the reins. They may be sitting up straight for the entire class. So the rewards are tenfold.
Not just for Zoe. I mean, I've seen such a tremendous difference in how she's come along. Just the difference in her stability, the difference in her balance, her core, things like that. But I see what it does for all the kids, and just the difference in how they act, how they are when they're on their horses, and it's an amazing program and what all these people do and how they come together, and it's just a selfless act. It's an amazing program all around, how these people are with these kids, how the horses are with the kids, and the interaction of everybody all together. It really is just a great thing they have going here. I love seeing these kids' faces when they're done. Like, it's something magic happens in there with these kids on these horses, and just seeing them while they're on their horses. These people were wonderful. It's a very heartfelt organization.
When we first started to come, she was just learning how to walk, and she always was bent over to the side. Her riding, we've been involved in, and I never miss, because Hannah won't let me miss, was the fact that it's helped her posture tremendously. It's allowed her to, as she developed and grew, to really, not only enjoy the ride, but health-wise, it's improved her posture tremendously. It's a visual thing that we can see as parents and grandparents, and the doctor sees it from their point of view, that Hannah has improved, her walking has improved, and all of the posture things like that. Anytime I say we're ready to go riding, she gets all excited. She can't talk, and those kinds of things make you feel good when you see the excitement in her that, hey, we're going riding, we're going to see, and I don't know, I love it, and I think that it's for the kids. There's 105 families, I understand, that utilize this service for free. All we do is pay a slight fee at the beginning for an insurance fee to make sure that that's all covered for the kids. It's hard to explain because you get, I guess, inside you'd say, am I lucky to be a part of this? There's 105 families that utilize it. It's too bad that they couldn't do it every day, but I understand why they can't, because you can't get people to volunteer every day. But the 2 days a week from April until the end of October, we look forward to that every year.
Being able to see him do something that, probably most people that see a kid in a wheelchair, they're not going to think he can ride a horse. But seeing him do it and do it so well, they're just like, there's so much pride in that. And the fact that he's gotten to a point where he is doing some of the stuff with when they have the walkers step aside, and it's just him and the reins and the horse, and that's that's so amazing. Like, I'm literally almost in tears knowing that he's done it. The more excited he is, the more I feel. When he's happy, I'm ecstatic. Like, I could be having a horrible day, but if he's having a good day, all it takes is the right look from him, a hug, and all of a sudden whatever was going wrong with my day is gone. And so I can't have a bad Thursday because I bring him out here and I get to see him ride, and he gets so excited about it. When it comes down to it, when he's old enough to go to college, he can get into Harvard without being able to use his legs. He can get into whatever college he wants to go to, and being in a wheelchair won't change that. But this is still such an incredible opportunity for him to grow, to be around kids his age that maybe, outside of school he doesn't really get that chance other than his siblings. So it's definitely, it's amazing to come out here every week and see him socialize, not just with the adults but with the other kids in his riding class. It really does do probably almost as much for me to see him out here as it does for him to be here. And I wouldn't miss that.